It absolutely just jumps Nick. Howdy friends, Clownbread here. Welcome to today's journey. On today's adventure, we're watching the Quarry. Now to explain all of this, when me and Quinn recorded chapter 3's Why can't I just do intros? When me and Quinn recorded chapter 3 and 4, I was fidgeting with the headset and I accidentally pressed the button on the left, which I did not know would mute the headset. Still, though, you shouldn't press buttons when you don't have any idea what they do. So, my mic was muted for the rest of the video and for chapter 4 as well. So, what I'm doing right now is I've edited down all the footage with no mic, but I'm going to react to it. So it's kind of like commentary. Quinn was going to join me, but something happened, so he'll be here for chapter 4. So, yeah. Quickly, and very quickly go after what happened in chapter 2, like I usually do. The counselors are getting ready to have a party in the woods. Emma and Jacob went to the camp store to get some food, where they found a shotgun, some torn bags, which could possibly be Max and Laura's or some other hikers, a safe code that unlocked a safe that had fireworks, which we chose not to take, and also some peanut butter pops. So nice. Ryan and Dylan went to the lodge to charge the phones to have music for the party. They found a hatch, which I chose not to open, because in one of the trailers, they showed Dylan going down there, saying there's nothing in there, and then when you climb back up, he said the ladder is now closer to falling off. So, I chose not to do that, because I have a feeling that someone later is going to climb up that ladder, and it's going to break. So, now that we didn't do that, hopefully that won't happen. Also, they also found a surveillance room in Mr. H's room, which had a bunch of cameras hooked up everywhere around the quarry. Dylan was suspicious of it, but Ryan tried to rationalize it. So, anyway, their phones charged and they got out of there. They also found a shotgun there, too. So, keep that in mind. Abigail and Nick went to the woods to find sticks and logs to set up the fire at the camp where they're going to have the party. And they also had, some romance. Unfortunately, had to cut out a lot of it. But the good bit was there where they got scared by a boar and we had our first. Can you not say words? Our first don't breathe, which is pretty much this game's don't move. So you have to hold X and let go when it's safe. So, very intense. Can't wait to do like 50 of those in the finale. And then anyway, after that, everyone regrouped at the fire pit. Caitlin did a game with Nick and Jacob to see who would get the peanut butter pops, which also taught us the combat with the shotgun. And, let's just say Caitlin is goated.
Oh, what?
While Jacob is...
I thought you were an ultra elite pro marksman.
Yeah, with like a rifle.
Whoa,
okay, not with this
dude,
freaking
whoa.
cannon blaster.
That is how you get someone shot.
Yeah. Alright. Anyway, they got everything set up, and now they're having the party. They play a game of Truth or Dare, and it goes not good because Caitlin dares Emma to kiss either Nick or Jacob, and Emma chooses Jacob, which fucks up her relationship with Abigail because like they're best friends. Abigail wants to date Nick. Emma literally knows this. She points it out, and also fucks up Jacob because Jacob and Nick were actually buddies, but then he just kissed his ex-girlfriend, which I'm really confused on because Jacob says, "Oh, you like kissing my girlfriend," even though they're no longer dating. It's weird. Anyway, that's everything so far. Now we're going to get into this reaction. Before I do, though, I also want to show you some cool things I made. So, I got to click here to make sure I'm showing it right. I made these in ceramics class, so this right here is a mug, and it says the Quarry on it. So I'm going to be sipping water out of it because before recording this, I walked home, and it's very hot today, like 90 degrees. So, yeah. I made these two camp signs, which they say the Quarry, and it says established 2022 because that's when the game released, and up here is the date that I made it or finished it. Yeah. Final thing I made was a little movie poster. It's gonna be a little hard to see this, but right here it says What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, which is like the main tagline of the game. The Quarry. It's really hard to see this, but this is actually the date when the game drops. Now, my teacher actually let me use the date stamper to not actually say when I finished it, but to actually say when when the game comes out. So thank you. And the text right here says, "You won't believe what you'll become," which is like another tagline of the game. So yeah, I was really hyped for this game, as you can see. So now, with all that stuff out of the way, we're going to go and react to what we did in Chapter 3. So Quinn's playing as Abigail right now.
Why should I even care? I think I can kiss anybody. Stupid. Stupid. Where the hell am I?
Yeah, she wandered out into the woods and now is alone. And Eliza's also there with her little spooky stuff. Being a little spooky. We also found a tarot card, the Tower, which I have a feeling is going to be about the treehouse because that makes sense. So after a little bit, she gets lost, starts getting a little bit freaked out, and something's watching her. And there's more Eliza. But Nick comes out there. We have an interrupt to call back, and we choose to do that because we're not going to be in there by ourselves.
Shout again.
I'm over here! Nick!
Hey, and they find each other, which is good. Don't want to be separated in these woods.
Hey. Hi.
So they are, they're sitting down on the log. Now, to avoid copyright, I cut out a lot of their dialogue and just skip to this interrupt. But pretty much they taught Abigail we chose to be honest and tell him that the game got a little bit too intense. That's why she ran off. And now we have an interrupt to kiss him, and you already know, we're going for that. And they kiss. But of course they can't kiss in solace because there's a monster stalking them. Nick is falling for you. Of course though, still being stalked. And Abigail actually hears it.
Should we look?
And she asks if they should look, which, don't do that. I mean, horror movie, if you hear something, don't look. Just ignore it and leave. So they go to check it out because they're in a horror game. And the monster actually dips, which is crazy because once you see that thing, there's no reason it needs to be running from anyone. Now look at that. That is the monster. And it absolutely just jumps Nick. It's you know what? I'm not rocking with Nick. And he just rocked Nick. And at first glance, it kind of seems like he was dead here. Because you can hear like bones crunching and shit. I thought that thing was fucking mauling him. Well, no, it was. But I thought it was straight up killing him. It even says moaning in pain. Which, well, yeah, it's obviously painful. But yeah. So we have our first choice. We can either run back to camp or help Nick. And of course, you already know what we chose. Obviously, trying to save everyone, so we helped Nick. So path chosen, we got Nick. And then it tackles Abigail. And low-key, I thought she was dead here too. But somehow, she's actually able to fend it off. And it doesn't get her. And then an outside force shoots her. And Abigail just dips again. And also, hold on. Go back. Hold on. Wait. Yep, wait. It gets shot, goes off her. And what is this goofy ass run it does into the woods? Anyway, yeah, Nick, even though she kind of leaves Nick again and dips, and I don't know why the monster doesn't just try to kill Nick right there and then go after Abigail. But anyway, we got some quick time events. Quinn nails that one. You have a choice on whether to hide or run, and we actually chose run, which I will tell you that is not something Quinn's gonna do later in the game. But he did choose to run right here, and we also had this quick time event. So that was actually a mashing one, which if you couldn't tell, don't worry, we couldn't tell either, because I don't think they had actually told us about those type of quick time events in the tutorials. You know, they kind of just talked about like regular ones where you just, you know, press the right stick and it go in whatever direction it wants you to press it. You do it and it succeeds. We were only taught about those. The mashing one came out of nowhere. All right, and it's kind of the case with a lot of the games. You can't really tell when it's a mash one and just a regular one. Of course, this one's really easy to tell because the regular ones are joysticks while the mashing's X. But still, that came out of nowhere. But of course, Quinn got it, so he kept running as Abigail. Yep. So you have to interrupt to climb a tree. And I don't remember if I told Quinn to do this or if he thought it, but now that I think about it, we climbed the tree, and thinking back, that's not a good idea because it can obviously climb. This seems like the type of monster that can climb. So climbing a tree was not a smart idea. We kind of just, you know, would have got cornered up there. But don't worry. Up until this point of the game, Quinn still couldn't tell if it was the left or right joystick to press, so he fails the quick time event, and Abi falls, but fortunately he gets this one and avoids the monster right there. So she dips. But it's still on the fucking horizon. So Abi goes and hides over here. And then we have, you see it coming down the steps. It's like crawling and shit. And then we have another don't breathe. So, yep, he did it successfully, and Abi gets away.
Technique needs work.
Now we have Jacob chilling on the thing after the whole Emma and Nick thing. Of course, there was some music playing, which is why it cuts so far into the thing. So, but still, Emma comes up to him and they talk.
Of course. Sleeping down here was a little more fun than we thought. I could get caught. Jacob, I thought we agreed that us, it's just supposed to be some summer fun.
Now Emma is so insensitive. Like, she just kissed this dude's best friend pretty much right after they broke up.
You just love having her.
Jacob.
I mean, I can't believe you fucking Frenched him. You know, in front of everyone. Jesus wept.
Friends, are we 12?
No, but Nick is. Kind of. You know, I love the guy, but I don't think he's actually ever seen a girl naked before.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but he just had his tongue down my throat, and he definitely knew what to do with it.
And she says that line. Like, what compelled her to say that? There is no need to rub it in even more. Emma has no chill. Like, she's like she's not the type of girl you want, because she's just looks. Literally, her personality isn't even real, because she even admits to not having a real personality. And when she's off the camera, her personality is just being a bitch.
You really love fucking with me, huh?
Yeah, I felt really bad for Jacob, though. I mean, he got pretty much bitched around so far.
You know what? Nothing. Nothing. Never mind.
And Jacob gets up to leave, which I would do, too.
You can stand here, sulking, driving yourself crazy, imagining Nick's tongue in my mouth.
She says it again, because she's there, man.
You can go grab us some towels.
What do you need towels for?
Well, we agreed. Some for fun, right? Apparently, summer is not quite.
Okay.
And Jacob proceeds to fold so far. Completely forget what happened, just because, pretty much, Jacob, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I don't really know what the word I'm looking for is, but he literally was like, wait, I get to see her naked? Never mind, bro. Nick, my boy, he kissed you? Man, that's all something in the past. That happened, like, what, 20, 30 minutes ago? It's all good. I don't really care no more. Oh, my gosh. So, yep. Jacob just completely forgets about that. And then it shows this body in the water, which I'm actually still, to this day, incredibly confused on who this is. I mean, I thought it was a dead body, maybe one of the dead body of the monsters, but looking at it, it doesn't actually seem that way. The face looks different, so it just doesn't seem like, you know, like the monster. But I don't know what else it could be. I mean, it could be the missing hikers, even though, I mean, this may have been how they got rid of the missing hikers' bodies, by dumping it in the lake and just keeping it there, but still, pretty freaky. So there's Jacob with the rotor arm, which I completely forgot he had. Declares him, and there's another tarot card. We were finding the tarot cards because in the previous chapters we had trouble finding them, and it sucked. Apparently that we did miss some because there were some in the first chapters. Anyway, here.
Mr. H. Chris Hackett. Who the hell is Hackett?
So it's revealed that Chris Hackett has a brother, because up until this point, the only family we saw he had was his daughter. So you see that he has a brother named T. And me and Quinn think that, you know, T might be the cop in the prologue. There's also no swimming sign without supervision, which not actually sure why. I mean, probably because they didn't want them to find the body in the lake by swimming too far down.
You can shake it up doggy style.
Wow, you really know how to talk to a girl, don't you?
Oh, there she goes.
That it didn't happen.
Oh, but I can, because you see, oh help, help! I'm drowning, and I need a big, strong, not at all insecure man to come save me.
Jacob's like. And now Jacob's completely over it. He's enthusiastic about it.
This, a female in need? Fear not, fragile thing, for Hurricane Jake is here. Cannonball!
Oh man, Jacob is definitely one of the funniest characters, I will say.
Hurricane Jake.
But Ryan's still my favorite though.
Oh, okay. Okay, now you're gonna get it. See? Hey, please.
Oh, stop being rough.
And another interrupt the splasher. Hit her with that fucking suplex. And Jacob goes underwater. Which I'm surprised neither of them actually saw the body. I mean, I don't know how far down it is compared to them, but I mean, I still feel like maybe they should have been able to see it. I mean, if you could see Emma right there, maybe you should have been able to see the body, but
Dick move.
now we flirt instead of being sentimental, which I don't really think either of those were good options. I mean, it's already been established that Emma and Jacob are over. I mean, before going into this game, I thought that maybe we could get them to, rekindle their relationship, but I mean, it doesn't seem that way. So I probably should have gotten sentimental instead of trying to flirt and revive a fire that's already dead. But hey, we went this way and we got a very interesting scene, as you're about to see.
Okay.
Take a picture of me. Yeah, for your little subscribers or whatever, top 10 guys who will keep you satisfied. That's some of
Ugh, like, Jacob, you're doing too much.
I
Like,
got 9 more?
like, I didn't rock with a lot of what Emma has done so far. But also coming away from Jacob, I can totally see that. Because you had it, and then you lost it, Jacob. With that one thing. Because I was like, whoa, what are you doing, man? Gotta chill. So then we hear Abigail, and then a gunshot, which we heard, which was what we just played through earlier. And the rotor arm actually, and since he lost the rotor arm in the water. We chose to help Abby, which, if I had a chance, I'd go back and get the dive. We'd dive in. Because thinking about it, think about it. Go help Abby. Yeah, we go help Abby. That's saving one person. But thinking about it, the rotor arm is the one thing that could save a bunch of people if we get the car working and then get the freak out of there. So realistically, we should have gone in and dived in and got the rotor arm again. But I was more or less thinking of the mentality, if we don't go help Abby, Abby's going to die. It's going to be character loss. But definitely should have dove in.
Jacob, over here!
Did you hear that?
What?
It was like a scream. And it sounded like Abby, but like not the good kind of scream.
I can't hear you.
Okay, look, just hold on. I'm gonna go check it out.
What? Seriously?
He also leaves Emma, too, by herself, in the woods, in water, to go save another woman. So, yep, helping Abby was definitely not the play there. But, we're already dead, so. Now we're back at the Hackett's Quarry fire pit as Ryan, and he's with Dylan and Caitlin.
That was some mighty fine social disruption there, Caitlin, I have to say.
Ah, was it just the nudge that Abby needed?
You're an evil genius.
Who do you think is gonna make the first move? Nick or Abby?
Well, neither of them now.
You. My bet's on neither.
Yo, yeah, see Caitlin.
He's got the beast in him.
If by beast you mean some sort of mild-mannered baby deer.
Hey, don't let that cute, preppy aesthetic fool you. It's like a steel barbecue grill under that shirt.
So, you noticed that too, huh?
Ryan and Dylan. See, I don't know what they're doing with these two, because they were definitely making them out to be a relationship, which would have been interesting, because that would have been like the first, relationship in their supermassive games that wasn't, just boy and girl. But I mean,
So, what do you guys want to do now?
We can keep playing.
Yeah? Just the three of us?
Alright, Dylan. Truth or...
of course though, they ain't still playing, because stuff's getting serious now.
We gotta help her.
Wait, where did it come from?
This way. Come on.
So, Ryan and Caitlin, some of the goats in the game, they trekked straight in the woods to go help their friend.
Help him!
Now, this scene right here, I won't lie, it feels a little awkward, because Ryan's demeanor is still way too calm. And Abby doesn't answer his question, And it just goes to the scene where Caitlin's like, go after Nick, go, with the shotgun randomly. It just feels kind of like the scenes were just spliced together. They didn't really make sense. But, you know, Ryan was promoted to be a GOAT, advertised to be a GOAT, and that's what we were going to do with them. So we were assertive, and we're like, Caitlin, we're like, alright, we got this.
Shotgun's got a hell of a spread. Be careful.
And Caitlin says that line too. Ryan charges into the woods to go help Nick, like the absolute beast he is. And Caitlin goes and helps Abigail, and takes her back to the fire pit. So now I have this scene, which is very reminiscent of Mike chasing after Jessica and Until Dawn. Because you'll see in a second. I need to stop talking before stuff actually happens. But yeah, it's reminiscent of the chase because in Until Dawn's chase, where Mike was chasing after Jessica, you had options to either take a fast and risky path or a safe but slow path. Now, me personally, I had already learned from Until Dawn and realized that if we want to get there fast and help people, you need to be taking shortcuts. Because the only downside of taking shortcuts is quick time events. But I'm pretty good at quick time events on both Xbox and I played both of the games on Xbox and PlayStation, so I was already pretty much good on the quick time events. And as you can see, we're doing good. And Ryan is low key a GOAT. We had another mashing one, but we did it. So Ryan climbs back up and he keeps going. One thing I will say, which I probably will talk about later, I don't really like how the screen slows down when you're doing a QTE, because it kind of just takes you out of it. And before anyone says it, and Until Dawn, the screen never slowed down when quick time events. The only time they slowed down during combat parts, which made sense because these things are coming at you crazy fast. There's no way in reality you would actually be able to hit any of these if they actually did not freeze the time. So it freezed the time down for most of the monster attacks, but other parts, though, the screen was slowed down. This thing, though, all the quick time events are slowed down, and I don't like it because it takes you out of it and doesn't make it feel as fast-paced as it could have been. But anyway, though, we did all the shortcuts and passed all the quick time events, so we're able to make it to Nick, and Ryan witnesses Bobby dragging Nick away. So we shot at him, which I actually misinterpreted as shoot later. Luckily, though, it was not. It was shout, and we didn't immediately blast him. So Bobby doesn't listen, so now we have the option to shoot him. Now, this caused a lot of discourse between me and Quinn, because I wanted to shoot Bobby, because I was afraid if we didn't, he was going to drag Nick away to never be seen again. But Quinn didn't want to shoot Bobby, because he had a feeling that the hillbillies were actually good people who were just being creepy for no reason, kind of like the stranger in Until Dawn. So I was so distraught on over what to do that I actually had gone upstairs and asked Quinn's parents, who's, Quinn's dad played Until Dawn. He actually has a lot of the... Actually, I want to say, shout out to Quinn's dad, because I would not have been able to play Until Dawn, House of Ashes, The Quarry, and, Detroit Become Human, which, keep your eyes peeled. That might be a series later. I would not be able to play any of those games if his dad didn't have them and let us graciously play them. So, shout out to Quinn's dad. But yeah, we went upstairs, asked his mom what to do, and his dad. His dad told me to, go with my gut, and my gut was to shoot him. However, Quinn's mom said to not shoot. So ultimately, we chose not to shoot as Ryan. So then Nick bit him and gets himself free, which is good. And he shoots at Nick but misses. And then what happens next is really intriguing. He shoots the finger that Nick bit him on. So this really kind of, intensifies the whole theory that what we're going against here are werewolves. Because, Nick bit him and he shot his finger off. Someone please tell me, what reason would he shoot his finger off after being bit if it was not to avoid being infected and becoming one? So, that has to be it. So he shoots his finger off and then decides to just leave them alone instead of trying to go after Nick some more.
Holy shit, dude.
Gotta go.
So Ryan and Nick are good, and they get back to the fire pit. Alright, and now Jacob's in the Hackett woods, and he talks about how this is stupid, which it incredibly was, but unfortunately we kind of made a decision for him, so yeah.
Jesus. Have Nick go waiting for you back there, Jacob. What are you doing?
Yeah, should not have tried to help Abby because she's already fine. And now Jacob's running in the woods. He has no idea where he's going. He hears a creature growl. And he hears some squealing, which, man, definitely the last thing you want to hear when you're alone in the woods trying to find a damsel in distress. We have the option to call out, which I probably should not have done. But we've already done what we've done. And as Jacob is, backing up, he steps in a snare trap, which we actually saw on the side a few seconds ago. So he goes from searching for a damsel in distress to becoming a damsel in distress himself. So we have more mashing where you have to mash the button and try to get out of the snare trap. So we pass it, but he still falls again, and now the hillbilly is here. He turns around to him. And then we have the option of threaten or plead him. Threatening is not going to do nothing, so we just pleaded. So we kind of made Jacob an absolute, pussy in our playthrough. But I mean, I'm sorry, but threatening this guy who is stronger than Jacob's not going to do anything. He pulls up to him with this fucking hunting knife. But doesn't kill Jacob, he actually lets him go. Which is kind of reassures you about not shooting him earlier. Since, he's not killing Jacob.
What are you doing? Quiet.
Now, we have the option to throw dirt, but we chose not to because me and Quinn pretty much accepted at this point that they were trying to help us. So
Close your eyes.
What are you doing? Stop. Help. Help.
Tastes bad, don't it? It's for your own good. We get off to now, girly.
So Bobby puts blood on him, which we kind of think was maybe to hide his scent from the monsters. So Jacob gets away, he dips, and yep. And it turns out that squealing is actually just a pig that another snare trapper caught. That's the end of that chapter, so we're back to Eliza now.
Seems like just a blink and you're back to see me again. So, then, what have we got? It's the star. Stars in the night. Stars. Beacons of light. Dreams of hope, purpose. Fear of despair. Trust in the light of the star. With it comes clarity. And sometimes truth. The toe. free of your troubles. Fight or flight? That's the question we all ask ourselves, but often when leaping out of danger, we're still faced with certain peril. Watch your step. It could be your last. Remember, there's always more than meets the eye. Would you like me to show you?
So of course I don't know why you wouldn't choose to see more. I mean, unless you were trying to do a run where you kill everyone, still seeing more would probably even help you, know what not to do to save people. So don't know why you would choose not to see more, unless if you were trying to make yourself feel even better by saving everyone with no help. Anyway, though, we had the choice to choose between the star and the tower. Now, we chose the tower because, I mean, it kind of made more sense in our eyes. I mean, we know that the tower was kind of referencing the treehouse, which is pretty much the tower, and it showed people falling off, so we thought that this would help us, save some people. So, after some discussing, we chose the tower. And that shows Emma going against the monster, and she tries to jump for what seems to be a zip line, and she misses it and falls to her death. So me and Quinn kind of interpret that as monsters are going to come to where Emma is. We're going to go up to the treehouse and go a zip line. There's probably going to be a quick time event to quick jump onto the zip line. And if we miss that quick time event, Emma dies. So we kind of interpret that as be ready if you're at the treehouse and there's a monster there. Yeah, that's chapter 3. I'm sorry, it would have been way better if it was actual reactions, because it would have been cool to see me freak out over, the whole Ryan and shooting Bobby dilemma. But it is what it is. Yeah, so we're still doing good. We saved Emma, we saved Abigail, Nick, Ryan, and Jacob, it seems like, from danger in this chapter. So it seems to be all good. So yeah, we're going to get into chapter 4. Of course, though, I already told you, chapter 4 is going to be similarly done to this video. So we're going to go through, react, and hopefully Quinn will be there too, so it can be, more interesting. But yeah, anyway, thank you for bearing through it like this. Don't worry, chapters 5 through 10 are still going to be regular like the other ones, but for chapters 3 and 4 I'm gonna have to do it this way. So anyway, thank you for sitting through this whole thing. This is 37, so try to end. Okay, I gotta end this now, it's getting too long. Like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that. Chapter 4 is gonna be something like this. The rest of the chapters will be fine. Thank you, I love y'all, and we're gonna still try to get everyone out of this Hackett squad.